afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast from the host, Imperial Dane, the Master of Propaganda, here of Reich, Defender of the Fatherland. We're off here to an exciting 1 vs 1 on Minsk Pocket, or no, actually it's the road to Kharkov. Not entirely sure why Minsk Pocket crept into my mind, in particular since I'm not a huge fan of the map. But anyways, in the south here we got RNG, kinda, that's very determined, focused, assertive and all that, kinda. Fighting here for the Soviet Union, for the glory of socialism, for the 111th Rifle Division going up here versus Donnychan. I'm not entirely sure why he decided to let his cat walk across the keyboard and let that be his profile name for this time around, but this is basically Donnychan, or Cat Keyboard Man. Anyways, Donnychan here fighting for the Wehrmacht, for the Reich Deutschland, and the 7th Panzer Division here. We've got, by the way, here, Tank Hunter, Shot Rifle Shower Army versus Lightning Wall, Fortified Armor, and Festung Support with infantry bulletins here, anti-tank bullets. Actually, a few infantry bulletins, and we got like 3 bullets here for the Panther 4 for main weapon reloads. That's 15% all in all, which might just shave off half a second or something like that. Well, actually, maybe a second. Maybe, actually, probably around that, since that's about 1/6, and well, I believe it's around 6 seconds, so that might, yeah, just shave off a second there. Anyways, we've got Contra 3 about there for kinda versus 2. Well, one gun there, 1U42, and another gun in the way for Donnychan. We got points being grabbed for the motherland. Contra advancing. Meanwhile, Indonesia getting absolutely pummeled into the ground there by Pioneers, and the MD42 with the 1200 rounds per minute, really showing them who's boss there. Just shooting away for the fatherland. Designed specifically because the Germans rather sort of were to quick figure out it's generally the first sort of few rounds that really kill, and the more you can then sort of land within the first few moments, the more likely you actually are to kill. That was in fact some of the reasoning there behind the very high rate of fire there on the MG42. That's a fun little fact, and the MG42 was in fact also incredibly accurate. Another fun fact there. Despite what American propaganda would have liked their soldiers to believe, which was basically all bark, no bites, that wasn't quite the case. We've got 3 Grenadiers soon for Donnychan, so far just 2. We got more contra, actually noting a double engineer move here from kinda, perhaps indicating sort of more buildings early on, maybe a support weapon company here, or special love command sort of helping in early moments. But why here to try and force his opponent to either go through here, which is basically a bit of a bottleneck, or into here, whereas then this MG42 will be ready to sort of cut down any communists who decide they're a bit too plucky. But meanwhile, there we go, pushing up through the centre instead, and there we go, we got a support coming there around here for kinda. Conscripts versus Grenadiers, Pioneers. So the Germans will definitely have the advantage thanks to the mix of Pioneers and Grenadiers up close. They've got no Grenadiers as well, so basically right here, kinda as well. Kinda outnumbered. If he is rushing in more troops, he wasn't able to quite finish here. Mr. Donnychan, the bar, why would they go completely focused down? In this case, we are seeing a good decision here by Donnychan to basically just focus down one unit quickly, allowing him to sort of deal with the other units afterwards and a much safer pacing. The engineers arriving here. Still, he is taking loss. We've got flamethrowers and like that, so to deal with the grenades, then the shit, and there we go, just burning through. Not the best position to be in. And there we go, nice flank here from kinda from the west side as well. The MD42 is not being rushed over, he's basically keeping it here. He could have helped here in a major engagement in the centre, but looks like he was more keen on just keeping the east there occupied and safe. But now we're seeing troops being surrounded. If Kane had any mods, obviously could really make things miserable here for Donnychan, since that would basically sort of force him to get all of his units back. But even then he's quickly bleeding out here. The flamethrower definitely bring a prompt, so the conscripts as well sort of flanking him from several positions. Interesting enough, we're not seeing any from the supporting company, despite having the manpower for it. No Maxims, no mortars, no field guns, no nothing. Meanwhile, additional Pioneer squads on the way. No tech up there here for Donnychan. Of course, the question is, what could he be planning?
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Kinda here, I think, making, well, a bit of a mistake there, moving out into the open versus Grenadiers with the low on numbers and health. They've still got a decent amount of firepower. This will direct versus the conscripts, and they are quick to cut them apart. There you go, bankrupt at the same time, tech up there for Donny. Field infirmary up here for kinda sort of help him heal up his troops. Flamethrower still there. Nothing happening doctrinally or otherwise. I'm slightly wondering if he's just using sort of a move there just towards a quick tier 3. I mean, that is very much enough. So there we go, double flamethrowers. That would certainly make mines a very good choice now for Donnychan, since he's pretty much removed any minesweeper, so that could make things difficult for both vehicles and infantry. Right now, he's got the resource there for the tank battalion command. He could, of course, try and rush out, say, a half track, or a T70 here against Donnychan. But of course the question is, will kinda actually do it, or will he sort of be, you know, flip-flopping about there, as with his name. Seeing a bit of barbed wire up there, MD42 remaining here. Yes, this is a very, very important post, and most importantly, it's reasonably safe. So not very comfortable. Also no cover, which has me a bit worried, actually. I mean, Donnychan has to be a bit careful. I mean, one good push could easily force him off. They even hand over an MD42. So, I mean, he should consider some barbed wire here and there to make it a bit hard to just rush against the MD42 while in that position. Longer term, it would make more sense to actually have a bunker here and then leave the MD42 to sort of support his main force. Liked it, no, but I liked it. That was just the barbed wire. Would have figured maybe set up there, but anyways, troops being held here by the schwere Maschinengewehr. It's around 40. Engineers come to hang about there, ready for some action. But so is Donnychan, mostly. So basically nothing from support and company, which again makes it feel like he's aiming there for the quick tank of a tank command. But instead he goes for shock troopers, and for Donnychan we're actually seeing Festung support and an early mortar half track here. Now that's also a pretty interesting decision there. We are seeing from Donnychan there, his opponent isn't necessarily too dug in, but of course he can still help him quite a bit there, offensively and defensively, in particular due to its speed. He can be sort of rushed back here and there to sort of help defend and support. More mining here. Interesting enough, he's not worried about enemy vehicles whatsoever. There's no telemines going down there from Donnychan, which is sort of what I would have figured, you know. A quick telemine here and there, but nothing of that. And in that regard, he's probably a bit lucky, since again, kinda is pushing shock troopers and not, say, a very fast T70, which caught Donnychan him with his leader horsing down his angles, which is never really a fun position to be caught in. So basically, huge minefield to cover the cop on alongside barbed wire. I mean, obviously Donnychan is paranoid about that, and that's only a sort of a real weak spot on this map, and generally one of the reasons why I'm not a huge fan of it, partly because again the north player here will generally always be at a disadvantage due to the way this area is basically structured. But so far, Donnychan is handling it reasonably well here. There go engineers constantly moving in. Shock troopers and there go pulling back across the minefield. They probably should pull off the negative cover here, since that does make an easy target here for the Russians. Of course, got the mortar up to them bombarding away based on the 250 half track. There was also one in the 251, which would probably be more common, since this was basically just for reconnaissance elements. And it's because they're taking fire, taking losses, mortar around there, close to actually wiping out something, but not quite. Still, we see some loss inflicted. Perhaps consider some cover there, Donny. Cover, and they're going not out the bloody open, man. Quick following into the ditch. That sort of works. And ultimately, there's only the shock troopers left to sort of try and grab the point. Going for the cop on there. Good work. Good work. Really, though, I think kind of should have taken up by now. I mean, it's a Russian you can't take up very fast for the second tier, and that way quickly get out some light tanks. That's in one of your sort of better options, really sort of throwing off of their map player. I mean, just playing for shock troopers and conscripts for this long, in particular when you have a support with company, it does strike me as a bit of a peculiar decision. Oh, wait, shock troopers are losing out there slowly. Their submachine gun's not really got the range. We've got a 2-2 there on the way for Donnychan, getting a light scout car. Unfortunately, that's really much for it to deal with. Panzer would have been a better choice here, or maybe a half track with a flamethrower upgrade on it or something. The 2-2, while it can do something, it might have a bit of a less limited effect. But there we go. Tank of a tank command finally up here for Kinda, and he can immediately get out of T70. He can get out of T70 and a half track if he wants, actually, or two Airship 76s, though they perhaps have less of immediate effect. Our shooter here continues, constantly trying to push on, but without any support here against this sort of large German position with a mortar support. This is well close to suicide there for Kinda, but he's maintaining sort of good pressure there versus Don, leading out of territory there, going before two, almost wiping out the conscripts, and there we go. Sergei did not make it back home to the farm somewhere in Siberia. He was cut down ruthlessly by a German machine gunner. There you go, T70 in the way there. T70, force-wise, Kinda here's a bit of trouble. He's just lost two conscript squads, and his opponent has got a larger force at the moment. So right here, Kinda needs to play very, very carefully. Otherwise, he could easily end up killing himself right at this moment. Pack 40 in the way. He's clearly not beginning to worry about armor there, Mr. Donnychan. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Careful there, careful. Kind of our way could also benefit from some might. He's got plenty of minis, but doesn't really seem to be pushing it
Can now attack tanks with AT grenades.
as much as he could have when he grabbed all that territory there away from Donny. Either way, the T-70 light tank has arrived. Fun fact about it, it was more expensive to produce than the T-34-76. Amongst other things, and they were basically sort of phased out by, well, 1943 actually from production. Some would probably still use it because overall there wasn't really a reason not to use them when you still had them, since the Russians were going for a lot of tanks. But basically about that time they were basically being replaced with the T-34-76 as sort of reconnaissance tanks, whereas the T-35 then sort of took over as the main tank of sorts. Though again, that was sort of on paper. Reality of course was that there was quite a lot lack. Like that, they also had the job of making tanks go around even the Russians, by the way. Little fun fact there. For some units, for example, still largely relied on T-34-76s, and for example, not every unit would have had T-35s available to them. And there you go, pushing onwards here pretty aggressively. T-70 suffering some nasty damage, main gun wreck plus the engine. You could go here for another T-70, perhaps launching a pair of them here right against Donnychan could have some kind of effect if done properly. It's going in there. Ooh! Donny really puts his luck too far there, and he got smacked right across the head for that one. Shock 2's moving up here. Need to get that T-70 fixed up as quickly as possible. He's also got minesweepers there. Good work for kinda anyways. But you should consider some more units here. Of course, you could go for an SU-6, another T-70. You could try and rush onwards for Tier 4. Get out some medium on, but there we go. We got an SU-6 light assault gun on the way. The primary infantry support weapon there is sort of the more mechanized kind for the Soviet army. Based on the T-70 chassis, by the way. Fun fact there.
We are losing a sector.
There you go, Kinda's back on his feet here, despite still having a smaller force. To some extent, it is exacerbated by Donnychan, though, playing a bit defensively around the right-hand side, which is giving Kinda an easy time sort of grabbing up a nice chunk of the map there. But he's about to lose his T-70. I'm not entirely sure what he wanted to attack in there. Remember, the T-70 is a light tank, not a heavy or medium tank. You're generally better looking for weak spots where they're striking them there rather than charging straight into the opponent's lines after you've actually seen some anti-tank weapons and heavier resistance. But Panzergun is here arriving with their Sturmgewehrs. Also, really should lay down some mines. He's got 207 minutes, he's got a nice chunk on the map. Mines he really do a lot to make things miserable for Donnychan. Perhaps even wipe out a unit or two there as they move about. So that's really something to consider. There we go, we got the M6 firing in there against the fascists, the Hitlerite scum. There we go, Donnychan thinking hit. He's going for the fuel cache there. Has he teched up? Actually, no, he has not. Nothing in that direction anyways yet. Come on, Kinda, lay down some mines. Bit more to fire there. But over again, maintaining good map control there versus Donny again. Partly because Donnychan is playing so defensively at the moment. I mean, he's got the large infantry force, got support weapons yet. For some reason, you wouldn't think so the way he's currently playing. There you go, quick take right there as the mortar half-tech puts some unit like that. Careful there, Kinda. Into the retreat paths ahead of time. We got an incendiary round there on the Hack 40. Lighting on fire, there we go. Almost got the mortar attack as well, but at the same time might lose this and 6. There we go. Panzerfausted. And they're pulling it back. Bit of a daring raid there for Kinda, but certainly did some damage there to Donny, though we should probably be able to try and follow up with some more units. Perhaps try and bombard the MD-42 there with his SU-6 as the shock troops are moving in there. Careful, Kinda, careful. Again, he's down to very few units. Kinda needs to work on his unit preservation there, but again, Donnychan needs to work a bit on his aggression. Getting more conscious there. Good work, good work. Need to repair that assault gun. Need pioneers and grenadiers moving ahead for the fatherland. And there we go, heading tier 3 there for Donnychan. Good work, good work. Kinda clearly not intimidated by the current situation. They're displaying some courage there, some spirit. Good. And finally we got some kind of stuff going on there. They need to be careful there. Quickly seen them fired off with the roughneck, but no. Bit risky. I mean, as long as Donnychan doesn't expect anything, he probably could wipe out some units there with it. We of course have to see what actually ends up happening here there. Getting a field gun to deal with any sort of vehicle or armor there from Donnychan. Quick bombardment in the general direction of the Germans. Doesn't quite hit though. The Flitzers successfully dodged that one. There he goes, sending off the demo chart, but he couldn't even see anything. Why would you do that? Kinda. Why would you do that? That was just a waste of munitions. So he's being hit, going there for the victory point in the east, and before 2 remaining there. Pioneer shifting about. Goes shock troops with conscripts, they're taking straight into the midst of the German lines there. Quick grenade there, rough grenade off as well against the shock troops, forcing away. And SM6, they're not really achieving much there overall. Kind of needs to build up a larger force, and he's a bit more coordinated when he is attacking here. He sort of pushed a bit more in here when he's actually attacked versus Donnychan's forces. They probably would have had a bit more success. Rather than what I did there was just basically rushing some troops there without really knowing what was there and basically getting shot to bits. We got additional shock troopers. He's really trying to lay down thick here against Donnychan there with the shock troopers. Could work, but if Donnychan pulls it off correctly, that could backfire there and kind and actually result in a larger manpower bleed. So we'll have to see what actually ends up happening. Got engineers moving forwards. Grenadiers there holding up. There we go, large assault from more positions. We need to move up some units to actually support that in return. We got a support corps here for Donnychan and the Wehrmacht. There's the firing away. There you go, more S-mine fields down there from Donnychan, further against trying to solidify his hold on the map. If you just, you know, kinda come on, attack. Well, you know, larger forces. I mean, you got a large chunk there just standing back doing nothing at all. Could easily, you know, rushed against the Grenadiers, while other units taking points there. Do feel like he's a bit slow, and why wasn't the assault gun or the field gun supporting? They could have bombarded here. And come on, kinda. Show some spirit, some guts of the offensive kind, not just stubbornness. There you go, finally something happening, but at this point it's too late. He can't see the target. He's basically shooting away from a rather far away range there, which rather minimises the effect of the Soviet assault gun. Meanwhile, we got a howitzer going up here from Donnychan. Chocks moving in there, pushing down the Grenadiers and forcing them away. One option there, I suppose, kind of could be aiming for might be a KV-8 flamethrower tank. I mean, Donnychan is surprisingly not quite well defended against that, so KV-8 could in theory do a lot of damage here since he's only got a single pack faulty. So that could actually work out, particularly since Donnychan exactly hasn't laid down any telemines. So a KV-8 could do a lot of damage to Donnychan if kind of sort of utilises it correctly, but he needs to, you know, step up his game a bit, push a bit harder at times, and of course he's certainly going to find things a bit harder here with the lightest Feldhau bits soon ready to bombard him from a decent distance. Field gun needs to move ahead. Come on, kinda. At least it's getting some resources back there versus Donny. We got Grenadiers, Panzer Grenadiers, Pioneers, large infantry force there with quite a bit of punch there moving against Kinda's forces. Yeah, 111th Infantry Rifle Division struggling a bit there. There go bombardment again. Not entirely sure what's shooting there. Sometimes he does just seem to be shooting. Oh, good lord! Good lord! That was a lot of damage there. Good grenade hit there. The upper things are most of them coming in. Thanks to relief infantry. In that case, Donnychan was able to push up just in the nick of time, ensuring, you know, the casualties he would suffer at least be mitigated a bit by Ostrom. Of course, they're not going to be Panzer Grenadiers or Grenadiers like machine guns. There might be a bit there to overcome it. So in that sense, you know, while he has to manage a lot there, it ensures again the losses are mitigated. Not negated, just mitigated by replacing it with something not quite so effective. So that actually gives Donnychan there a lot more troops now to push against Kinda with. But on the other hand, Kinda's just got, well, a very good infantry counter in the KV-8 flamethrower tank. Though by 1944-45, I do believe they actually used T-34s equipped with flamethrowers, sort of like the Crocodile with the crash or whole machine gun replaced with a flamethrower. Little fun detail there, by the way. Ostrom Pioneers went into the shock troops, the PPH-41 saying through. These assault sappers, as they were actually known, were basically engineers with body armor attached to them. The body armor could only really start about 9mm bullets from a pistol. Anything bigger than that from more powerful weapons like a rifle. And the body armor actually didn't manage to do that much.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
There you go, KV striking against the fascists. The Fritzes are getting well fletched.
The enemy has broken our supply lines.
Shock troops there firing away. Panzer gunner is moving. Shock troops need to go leg down the smoke screen. Get out of there! Why isn't he getting out of there? Come on, kinda. Getting the Pack 40 there, not badly, but need to get the shock troopers out of there. What are you doing, kinda? Aren't you paying attention? Scheiße! Too slow there, way too slow. That was a shock trooper squad wide. I mean, you got the Pack 40, that's something. Might be able to get the MD-42 basically opening up the eastern part of the map there, and a lot of equipment there for, well, kind of to get. And there we go, he's just wiping a lot of units there. He's doing a lot of damage there with the K1, that's a Pack 40, that's an MD-42, which kind of can now utilise against Donnychan. That's actually going to hurt quite a bit. Donnychan, so he's got the resources soon at least, so he should get out some Stukas, at least needs to help hunt down the KV-8. And the Howitzer's done a bit of damage there, but not too much. He needs to move up troops there, he needs to grab those weapons and take them away there from Donnychan's grasp. Also, he needs to keep watch over the KV-8 for a bit longer until he get the troops up there. Careful, careful, careful. Get the pack then out. What are you doing, kind of? What are you doing? Why didn't you keep a watch over it? I mean, of course, you can't just try and rush back there, but, you know, you can also just attack the KV and keep a watch over one and then afterwards repair it. I mean, he's getting the MD-42 back there. Go the Pack 40. That could have not perhaps worked out quite nicely there for kinda in the end. Either way, Pioneers still wiped. Stuff wiped. Pack 40, Stug on the way. Grab the Pack 40, grab the MD-42 and use it to your own defense. At the same time, though, he's striking these there and grabbing a nice chunk out of that there. So, a bit of a territorial shifter between the two. And here for the Mick given out, his counter-situation is damage-wise. Donnychan's ahead there, kill-wise he's also, but it's not too huge of a difference in that sense. Kinda sort of again falling back up after that sort of period of confusion. Army value-wise, again, we can sort of see things being sort of a bit wonky between the two. But now, kind of again, thanks to the flamethrower, we are seeing kind of here sort of kind of moving ahead. Territorial-wise, again, it's very much more erratic because now the players sort of, you know, seem to sort of really solidify their grasp, allowing either side to sort of quickly, you know, rush over and take the other half of the map. At least they're doing. I mean, I've seen some players who just end up forgetting one half of the map, so there's good to see some kind of mental agility there. Of course, question is what happens next from here on. I mean, for kinda, you know, he needs more infantry. He also needs to grab MD-42 Pack 40, which he is grabbing, which is good. He needs to grab some territory. He needs to lay down some might. He needs to try and trip up Donnychan's troops wherever he can. Get that KV-8, fix him again, burning away. Of course, he needs to sort of try and clear out that howitzer as well, if possible. Otherwise, that could actually prove to be quite a problem. And so, of course, just bombard away and threaten to kill a lot of Kinda's troops, and of course, make defense harder for him. So that's really something he wants to avoid. He also wants to grab back territory, and again, that sense, you know, having the KV-8 push towards that would be good. He also needs, of course, you know, use the M6 support versus any armor that Donnychan might get, and of course, he's going to get some. In this case, a Stug, which is a pretty good sort of option there for dealing with the KV-8. Good range, good rate of fire, good penetration, so you'll be able to deal with the KV-8 reasonably safely. Of course, the anti-tank guns, they are, of course, going to be Flets there versus the Stug, plus, of course, the S-6. I mean, that's three weapons there that can easily do a lot of damage to the Stug, so a bit of caution there's advanced for Donnychan. But otherwise, kind of, again, needs to be a bit more focused, and overall, you know, again, attack a bit more properly. That does seem to be a bit of his issue at times. He doesn't know how to, you know, get off a good attack, and that does hurt him with some rather, I think, senseless losses at times. For Donnychan, he needs to be a bit more aggressive. Again, we've seen sort of times where he can easily, you know, push forwards, but he never really quite got there. Now he's sort of being punished for it comparatively. But he should probably get another 3 to support the first one. That'll give a lot more punch versus the heavy armor here. And of course, with the things he's seen, he should probably be expecting an IS-2. So again, double Stug versus that would also be quite nice. But he needs to sort of try and, you know, push back here, grab territory, and other solidifies hold here as well. He's got plenty of munitions, so mines would be a good choice there for Donnychan to sort of consider in his defense against communism. Otherwise, there's not so much else to consider. Of course, one option would be to strike through here and then get behind the Russian positions here and do some damage that way, rather than threatening, you know, to sort of run straight into the anti-tank guns that might be waiting sort of towards an attack coming through here. But otherwise, let's return to the fight here and see what actually happens. Getting that KV-8 repaired, 17 kills. I mean, that's done pretty well. There we go, Sturmgeschütz. Although technically this is an early model of the Model G, which means that the Model G wasn't quite accurate. when it comes least to the Stug. But later models would have a different mantle, more rounded, would have a coaxial machine gun, but also a remote control machine gun on top. And those are some notable differences there. Go controlling range, the Panzers are going to lead, not looking good. S-160 could try and bombard at this range, where it might actually be the most accurate. Looks like he decides against it. Infantry moving ahead, they're going for the fuel. Bombardment going down for the howitzer. Did manage to get off here with the MG-42. That's going to help kinda in holding territory, of course, pushing against. And they're going to be flanking in, but the KV-8 strikes, ready for the motherland. Well, at least attempts to, but could be a bit faster. But there he goes, Stug with machine guns. Then he orders it to only shoot tanks. That rather ruins the point. There he goes, straight to the F6 and the field gun here. Stug is immediately taking heavy damage there from the Russian positions. KV-8 does not pursue the infantry there. It does get a single kill. There you go, burning away at the Panzer Grenadiers, leaving many of them dead. Grenadiers as well. Stug can't support, since if he does try to hang about there, the Russians are quickly going to pounce upon it with the S-160 and knock it out. And there you go, another relief infantry to try and again mitigate the loss here from the KV-8, which he at the moment cannot really deal with. He's not interested enough not moving up to deal with the infantry here. Again, kinda offensive abilities seem a bit peculiar here. Shock trooper dealing with it. Come on, get the KV-8 up instead of having just the shock troopers do all the work on their own. We got the howitzer not firing there. Just brief look. There we go, grenade off. Doing some more damage, getting some more kills in. Large chunk of his forces being inactive, which really again strikes as a peculiar choice. In particular, the KV-8, you'd figure he'd want to do as much damage there to Donnychan's infantry, bleed away as much as possible. Of course, get as much experience with the KV-8 as well.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
There you go, burning away at those Osttruppen, leaving them horribly dying. I don't think Donnychan cares much, since of course they are only Osttruppen. Good having territory there from the motherland, good. Maintaining some kind of pressure, we've got the howitzer firing in there.
We are losing a sector.
Direct hit there on the KV-8. Took out a nice chunk of its health. Moving up here, but with nothing to really support him, well, he's attempting to support. Come on, kinda. You gotta do better than kinda. Good. You gotta do really good. 30 kills on that KV. That one's really paid itself off by now. That's a lot of damage, considering it's wiped out MGs and packs. Stuck my head. Not repaired though. What are you thinking, Donny? Fix it. Scheiße. Before moving up, engineer supporting. Pack 40 could stand to move up closer. The S-160. He's also moving over here, so kind of again a bit more on the offensive. A bit of momentum there displayed.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Why isn't he moving up? Something to do with the Stug here again. I mean, right here, Donnychan's basically signaling to kind of, hey, I have a Stug here which needs to be destroyed. How about trying to knock it out and really messing up my plan?
The enemy is down to 75 points.
That's definitely a bit of a poor choice there. And there he goes to some pack 40 moving ahead. He needs to be careful, he does move too far. He should use the engineers, of course, to spot. Something like that instead. He's moving in there, into 6 straight into the Stug. What are you thinking? Almost lost it, almost. Use tracking, allows you to see farther. But he doesn't. Oh well, allows us to do their KV, but there we go, KV-8 rolling forwards. Like a Russian dragon, burning away at those Osttruppen, the traitors to the motherland. Getting more kills, 34. Pioneers on the run there as flames lick their heels and lights. Shock troopers with engineer support moving up here. And a blazing inferno there unleashed against Donnychan's Truppen. Well, we've got fighting down south here, considers Osttruppen Grenadiers holding up there. I think at this point, I kind of think I'm plenty of manpower. I could consider some support weapons or something. You could also consider going straight for the howitzer there, which is quite exposed. About to lose the F6 again. Come on, kinda. Don't be silly here. And there you go. Donnychan calling up some Panzer support. There we go. Looks like he got the F6 there with the good few Panzers there from the Panzer Grenadier. He's got a lot of Osttruppen now. He's got 5 squads of them. That's quite a few. That's about 35 men. That's about as many as the KV has already killed. Not entirely sure it's attacking straight into the KV-8. That is not the wisest decision I think we've seen from Donnychan there. You want just to do what? There goes Duke with Panzer 4 supporting. No target weak point there. Against the Panzer 4. There go. Could get the Pack 40 hit. Slow and helpful. But instead he also only shooting vehicles. He doesn't finish off the Pack 40. Despite being able to do so. What are you doing, Donny? What are you doing? He's moving up the stoop there. No target weak point either. KV-8 safe though. It's a main gun. Pack 40 turning back there. But Nerdy Ball is actually ambushing here. We've got the field gun moving up here. So right here, Donnychan's actually making a massive blunder. I mean, he's flying straight past an anti-tank and ignoring it to go off that KV with everything he's got. He's not using target weak point. And he loses the Stuka, of course, the Panzer 4 by the looks of it as well. Because in this case, can't actually respond it quite handsomely. There we go, Panzer 4 knocked. And he got the KV-8 though. He got the KV-8. But what's that worth? A Panzer 4 and a Stug? That's the question, isn't it? What's that worth? A Panzer 4 and a Stug? I mean, even the K was veteran, of course, that's a bit of a threat there. You really have to wonder, what's that worth? All that armour? And of course, the question is, couldn't that have been done anyways without losing so much? But there we go. Kinda's response is, well, kind of predictable. Calls up another KV-8. He was so close to getting the IS-2, but decides just another KV-8. Of course, probably due to the massive infantry threat. And there we go, burned up all inside the building. Ostrom moving ahead here, flanking in behind here. Or Donnychan on this point, basically using his large infantry to sort of just find a gap there in Kinda's lines and just bursting through them, just forcing Kinda's to respond to things here. He can't quite foot, but there you go, the KV just charges through, counter-attacks, burns away, ending the threats there. Panzerfaust off, Panzerstrick failed to penetrate. Stealing a field gun, but that's about to end there. Horribly in pain and fire, there we go. Could even see another awesome squad wipe there. No, doesn't happen, gets away, Panzer flanking in. Need to attack, what are you doing? Kind of focus the priority targets. Ostrom wiped though. But there you go, Panzer with a negative cover, that's a flamethrower. Conscripts moving up, there you go, forced away as well. Donnychan is just bleeding out. To Stalin's dragons right there, going incendiary bears down. It's just hell on earth here. Fire everywhere. Mostly though, it's Russians who are suffering under it since the Osthofen, but
the enemy is taking our
minor
territory.
detail, I guess. Still hasn't done anything to silence that howitzer. He's got plenty of use to call in more armour here, Mr. Donny. And kind of, they of course spent a lot of fuel. He should consider some more that manpower, getting up some fuel caches. I mean, really, if you have a lot of manpower but not enough fuel, get fuel caches, then helps you offset it. And do a lot to get you some more armour quicker out, and also ensure you don't just float around with a lot of manpower. Like you're trying to survive, you know, some kind of manpower flood. '61 is 423 victory points. Kinda needs to put some more, you know, gear into it. And again, at this point, he really shouldn't be flowing that much manpower. Calling more shock troops, calling more field guns, support weapons, something just to, you know, float 800 manpower when you got only 61 victory points left. That's just folly. That's madness. Well, not madness. It's just, you know, not very clever. And get that KV-8 fixed up as quickly as possible. I mean, that's really one of Kinda's best options right now versus Donnychan, whose force is largely composed of infantry. That's the KV-8. I mean, the more he can just bleed out Donnychan here, the better at the moment. The more he can do to slow down his grab of territory, his defences, and so on. And of course, also just bleed Donnychan away, getting more armour. There we go, almost swiped the Ostrom from there. 16 kills. Come on, bit more fire in you, kinda. There we go, KV-8 ready, need to move forward. Come on, kinda. Display some aggression. Make Comrade Stalin proud.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
More artillery fire there. Of course, he knows for the KV-8 to shank on Bart, then he one repairing it. And then going counting the Panzer 4, he's got no anti-tank weapons to support it. The Pack 40's up there, and the field gun's not quite there either. Constantly need to pull back there against the Grenadiers. Shock troops over to the Panzer 4 need to consider getting away there. The Panzer was actually without support there, Panzer 4 though. Oh, come on, the shock troops then retreat again. The lack of anti-tank weapons and the way we're kind of playing at the moment is really hurting. There we go. Shock troopers annihilated here by the Panzer 4. The Panzerkampfwagen ever the threat there. Kinda's response seems, well, kinda confused at the moment. It's very interesting to note he's rather using, you know, ambush on his anti-tank guns and the likes. A bit rare to see that ability. not a bad idea, they're just, you know,
The
very
enemy is
rare.
attempting to steal our sector.
Second Panzer there on the way for Donnychan and the Wehrmacht. Grabbing a point there, and before 2 can try and work closer to support the front line.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Got a few them moving up, KV8 there on the prowl for any infantry to scorch. And then you just need to get the hell away from there before the Panzer IV trips them or just blows them to bits.
We are losing a sector.
Kinda here seems, well, kinda confused as what to do next, while Donnychan's basically running all around corners with them. For every gap Donnychan finds, he pushes through an Ostrom squad, and again that's just the largest squad's number. He's got, while perhaps again not the most effective, say just fighting shock troopers, as long as they can just avoid them and just grab a lot of territory behind Kinda's back, it's going to work out quite nicely. And Kinda's just, you know, hanging back with this KV, he's not even trying to deal with all those harassers and flankers and the like, just, you know, burn them up. And really what Kinda needs to do is get the most out of his KV8 while he still can. He needs to just burn and bleed out Donnychan here. He can't afford to play passively anymore. I mean, you know, he's been doing that for a chunk of the match there, and that's obviously not working out too well for him in the longer run. There we go. Second Panzer arrives here for the 7th Panzer Division. Get those shock troops. Why does he's always so slow in treating his troops there? His shock troops. It's like he's got some belief that they're somehow Russian Terminators. Right, now trying to save his anti-tank guns there. Panzer IV charging straight there. He's moving in. KV8 there, damaged engine. Panzer IV getting his outflanking the anti-tank guns there. Not looking good here for Kinda.
We are suffering losses.
Still getting some kills in there, getting some wipes in. Almost got the anti-tank gun there cleared out. Wipe, but there we go, quick recruit. And an incendiary. Nope, that's. Ooh, we got smoke bombs in it to cover up the retreat here. Good work there, Donny. Good work. Nice little smoke screen there delivered, courtesy of the Luftwaffe. It's kind of now playing for the eyes. Still, part of you've benefited probably from just going for tier 4 quick and getting out some armor, and again getting up some fuel caches much sooner. And now we just got Donnychan throwing in as many pioneers as he can into this because, well, he's not got enough pioneers to quickly fix up all those damaged Panzer IVs. So, good response there from Donny, good response, going for the bits into victory point there. Men moving through the craters and past all the dead Russians in German uniforms. Hey, I think that's my cousin,
The squad of
Boris.
has arrived.
That pack is kaput. Shock troopers up there, 25 kills, and there we go straight into the KV8, turns its turret and unleashes the fire. Those Panzer might not have the best of days there. 22 kills. I mean, those KV8s definitely paying off, so there you go, that's his Panzer squad there, wiped out entirely. Donnychan obviously not too happy about that, the effectiveness of the KV8. Though it rather pales in comparison with the crocodile, which is probably a bad thing. When you sort of, you know, go, well, you know, it's not too bad, it's not the crocodile. But that is thankfully getting fixed here. Troops reinforcing, preparing, field gun moving out. Still doing some damage there. Donnychan, Donny actually needs to sort of put in more effective effort. They're supported properly, get out some Panzer on his mobilization, strike at that KV8 with his Panzer force, knock it out, deal with the KV8s afterwards, when the field guns afterwards, and like possibly. Either way, he needs to kill it because, I mean, if kind of just keep putting in some kind of effort behind, he can end up doing a lot of damage there to Donnychan and prevent him from actually being able to grab any points there, thanks to his rather high infantry killing capability. There you go, trying to arch this and the retreat, using lots of machine guns there and the main guns that give you a lot of firepower there, even on the move. And it definitely seems like Kanye is playing for the IS-2. He's got a bit of Fuhrer syndrome there. Maximum cleared out, striking out the base, perhaps looking to find some other recuperating to look to wipe them out. And right now, of course, that means his howitzers is actually quite free, but no, Kinda's not taking advantage of that. He can't deal with the Panther force, so he might as well ignore them and do as much damage to the rest of Donnychan's forces, which are currently without support of any Panzers. But seems like Kinda here is a bit again frozen there, not entirely sure how to respond to all of what's going on there. Westmine's going there, Donnychan digging in, he really wants to just bleed out Kinda at this point. Finally getting the KV8 on the move, but then towards the Panzer force. I'm not entirely sure what Kinda there is thinking. Decides to know that he wants an IS-2 heavy tank. Okay, under fire from the Panther force. Almost got it, almost got it. IS-2 there almost. He's got so much manpower. Again, imagine if he just gone for some fuel cases earlier on. This could look like if they've got field gun pack 40 opening up, then Panther force down to half health. And there you go. Oh, we got a smoke bombs down there. Good work by Donny. Saves both of his Panthers there. He's got a horrible death there by the hands of the anti-tank gun. But now, Kinda can call in the IS-2, and he does call in the Josef Stalin 2 tank. There was also an IS-2 one, but never really saw any action. Instead, they basically sort of used the KV tank with the same turret as the T-3045, more or less, sort of as an intermediary between the KV series and the IS-2. IS-2 there on the hump, but it's a 122mm gun. Shock was everything behind the Pioneers about to wipe out. Anti-tanks were trying to hunt down the Panther force, but not really succeeding. And he's got 3 Panther force infantry-wise, so he's rather behind, but Kinda's not doing too well either. This has been rather a bit of a slaughter here. Anti-tank there clearing up. The House is definitely doing alright here for Donny. He should, while they've thrown a Dushka there, I think, on top of his IS-2 there for a bit of added anti-infantry. He's going in. He could actually knock out the House there who wanted, and he might actually just do it. Finish it off. Let's enter towards the way about the 3 Panther force there. Pull back, pull back. Focus, Kinda. He's got the anti-tank support. That does help, that does help. At the same time, the Panther force hammering fast already. He was too slow in beginning to pull it back, which does give the Panther force a chance there of getting past it. Making 2-1 Panther force should blitzkrieg, He's there, we go, using the terrain quite nice. We'll try and force all the Panther force in front of him, until they can't quite flank them. We got another series of smoke bombs down there too with the field gun. Good work, but there we go. Panther force down, exposed the ridge of the other Panther force. Donnychan keeping up some nice armor flanking there. He just almost got the IS-2. Smoke there might just help the IS-2, but he needs to keep moving, he needs to keep moving. Panther force pursuing, goals got one here, and then we go blitzkrieging. Lieutenant Gruber charges forwards, ready to blow up some communists. And gonna get the shot, bounces off the rear arm of the IS-2. Other Panther they're arriving, can they get there? We go, IS-2 cooked up like an explosive Christmas goose. Getting replacement Panther, but at this point, I mean, kind of scamming there for the IS-2 basically didn't work out. And now his forces are basically at the mercy here of these Panther force and the howitzer and what little infantry Donnychan's got left here.
Are seizing a sector.
Now they're taking their line for Kinda. You've got conscripts on the way. Shock troopers all those Ostrom there, but they're actually clutching around the grenade. That was awkward and painful. There you go, Panther dealing with those shock troopers quite handily. And there we go, wipes them. A crushing blow right there to Kinda, who was already well being crushed. Grenade there from the shock troopers and their RG-42 anti-personnel grenade. There you go, Kinda surrenders, and not just Kinda, he actually properly surrenders. There you go, game over, a loss for Kinda and the Soviet Union, victory for Donnychan. Those was rather close at certain points. I think the front base for Kinda was sort of mid-game. He floundered about a bit. They're not entirely sure what direction to go, and several times he just halted instead of just pushing him, doing some damage. His KV8s were held back when they could have been bleeding out Donnychan a lot more and punished him for not being properly prepared for the KV8. There were also definitely points that we could easily benefit from a lot of mines when he had the munitions. So there were a lot of mistakes from Kinda along the way, and I definitely think some fuel caches for sort of mid to late game. He should have had those, and he maybe tried to either push an IS too fast or go for, say, tier 4 and actually get some armour out there. Instead, it ended up a bit wishy-washy, and again, it was only thanks to the KV basically bleeding out Donnychan so much, he sort of ensured he wasn't going to completely steamroll there. Donnychan also makes mistakes, some awkward armour handling, in particular that Stu could have been handled better, I think, there by Donnychan. He could also benefit from more mines himself, and also times were basically too static, too withholding, in particular in the early game. He was much too passive there against Kinda. I think he would have done better, again, maybe also negated a bit the KV8's power if he'd just been a bit more aggressive, a bit more pushy against Kinda, but, didn't quite out that way. But he actually made decent use of his abilities. We saw, pretty much every ability except Sector Artillery utilised, so that's actually pretty nicely set, and with Kinda he actually used every doctrinal ability, so that's also pretty nice. It's a bit rare to see players actually make use of most of those, in particular in something like festering support. Good use of smoke bombs from him, good use of relief infantry. If they hadn't used that, he'd probably been in an actually much worse position, to be honest, but still, there are some things they could have been improved upon. Mortar was an interesting choice, but never really sort of took off, I think. Howitzer was definitely one of the better choices as well there. So an interesting fight. Sam says, of course, both players still have a bit there to improve upon in the tactical scale of things, and again, Kinda also needs to figure out better how to attack. There were some points we just should have sent in a few units and just make a large push and then do some serious damage, which rather than up just wasting manpower and feeding Donnychan's troops experience. That's something he wants to work on and try to avoid in the future. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this match. I hope you learned something from it. I hope it gives you ideas for matches. If it did, why not subscribe, tell a friend, share it with everyone. If not, send a new player and provide some feedback in the comment section. This is Imperial Donnychan. Cheers, thank you for watching, and hope to see you all another time. Bye.